Happy Monday! Happy Monday, everyone. Let me make sure I can hear me, and then we will go forth. I'm so excited to be back with you again this Monday. Welcome back. Tonight is going to be very exciting because we're going to talk about what we don't always talk about. Let's talk about getting what we want in 2023. Let's really talk about how. Let's talk about the real thing. I'm going to talk to you from three perspectives tonight on how to really manifest. This is just the basics, manifesting 101. That's why I called it that. And how to turn your dreams into a reality. So if you're with me live or if you're in the watching the replay, then just follow along. So let me know what's something that you really want to happen that hasn't happened yet, right? This is where you start. You have to start somewhere. Happy Monday, Cheryl. So you have to start somewhere, right? So we're going to get to the basics. There's three basic things you have to do to really start manifesting what you want. I'm going to keep it super simple. And you're going to be like, what? That's the answer. The answer is you have to first plan. Then you have to do, meaning take some action. Then you got to go back and check. Look and see, did you accomplish what you wanted to do? Those are the three things. Easy peasy, simple, right? You probably like that was just too simple, right? But here's what we're going to do. Let's go through. So I have a wonderful, the ultimate guide to creating a vision and manifesting your dreams available to you for free. The link is in the comments. You can go ahead and click on it and download it. It's yours for free. It is about 30 to 40 pages of great resources for you to provide for you to help you set up your dreams and get yourself to where you want to be. So what happens is most people don't get where they want to go because they don't make a plan. It's like saying, hey, I want to go to New York, but you never decide when you want to go to New York. You don't decide how you want to get to New York. You don't decide what you want to do while you're in New York. You don't decide how long you want to stay. You don't set a budget for what you want to do. You don't have anything in place to get you to that dream, right? So this is what manifesting is. Everybody uses the fancy word manifesting. I use it because it's really, cool and catchy. But the idea, the real deal is you got to make a plan for what you want to do. So if that was what you wanted to do, then you would have to make a plan. But the biggest underlying thing to anything that we're doing, like I just used the example of someone who just wants to plan a trip to New York. Well, the biggest thing you have to do is decide why you want to go to New York. Why do you want to go? Because if you know why you want to go somewhere, you'll put together all those things that we just talked about. Because if you don't ever know why you want to get a degree, why you want to lose weight, why you want to get a better job, why you want to make more money, why you want to buy a house, why you want to sell a house, why you want to buy a car, a boat, travel the world, why? That's the driving force that's going to get you out of bed when you don't want to get up. It's going to get you out of bed when it's cold, because it's cold right now on the East Coast for most of us and in the North. It's deciding why you want something, and that's what will help you get started. Most people don't have a motivating factor or a driving force that's going to get them from where they are to where they want to be. Let me see. Somebody messaged me. That's the big thing. And so decide why. If there's a goal that you have in mind, think of it in your head. You can tell me in the chat if you want to share a goal. It doesn't have, if it's super private, don't share. But if it's something that you think other people can benefit from, then share. I'll share one of mine. One of my goals is to travel the world and visit every country that has pyramids. Sounds super simple. There's like 5 countries that actually have them, right? And so what I have to do, and I had to decide why. Why did I want to do it? I want to walk in places where people have been for centuries, not just shorter time periods. Not saying where I'm at now, people haven't been here, but I want to experience the cultures from around the world where things have happened that are beyond human understanding, right? We still don't really know how the pyramids were built. They got all kinds of theories, I mean, there's a whole show called Ancient Aliens that tells you how the pyramids were built by aliens. And then there's all these stories that tell you how it was built by slaves in different countries and all kinds of places. But the thing is until you lay eyes on something like that for yourself, in my opinion, for me, it doesn't become real. And so that's why it's one of my goals. So I said to myself, because I often have conversations with myself, because I'm pretty cool to talk to. I said, if this is something you really want to do, how are you going to make it happen? And I said, well, I guess I got to make a plan just like anything else. And so that's what I did. I said, well, let me start researching. I started researching the best times to go. So I figured out it's between like April and October. Then I had to figure out what's the best time for me to go between April and October. Then I had to start looking at prices and pricing things out and deciding what's going to be the best thing for me. And oh, by the way, because there's a lot of physical activity involved, I got to decide how I'm going to work on my physical body to strengthen my body to be able to make that type of climb, right? Because looking at I was looking at the one in Peru, Machu Picchu, and it's a 3-hour climb up steps. So I had to put a plan together. I had to decide what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, how much I wanted to spend, who I wanted to go with, or if I wanted to invite people, how long I want to be there. Oh, and this has an added component of physical behavior, because it's not just a beach trip where you're going to go lay on the beach and drink Mai Tais. I got to physically be capable of doing it. So that means a lot more preparation on my end to prepare to do it. And that's how I'm going to manifest one of my dreams to do something. It's not going to magically fall out of the sky. I know it sounds really cool to think that it's going to fall out of the sky. Some grand wizard's going to say, here's all your dreams. Do you like it? Well, it doesn't happen that way. It's like expecting a toddler to follow instructions every time you give them instructions. They're in their own world, and that's what they do. That's their whole universe, and you're their whole world. But they just have a life of their own. And until you put some structure to what you do, what you want to do, then it doesn't happen. It's kind of like trying to just get your daily to-do list done. If you don't ever put together a plan or put it on your calendar or write it down on whatever you use to track and put together and know that's what you want to do and to get little things done in the steps. And even in the book that we talked about last week, the 12-week year, which I still have right here, they talk about what's the goal, and then it gives you space. Break down what are the steps for you to get to this goal. And that's where we really have to do. So when you go and download my guide, you're going to see all types of things just like that that's going to be able to help you get to that place. And so many people think, oh, well, I don't have any goals. Well, your goal should be to get some. My goal is to get some goals. Well, I don't have any dreams. Well, your goal is to figure out what it is you want to do, or to figure out what your why is, or figure out what your next thing is. Because life is enjoyed in the pursuit of those things that bring us joy. It's not just about the destination, right? For all my friends, and just think about it like this, for all my friends who maybe you went to college and everyone was just saying, oh, I can't wait to graduation. You're there for 4 years or 5, depending on, what kind of plan you're on. 6 for some people. I know some people who did 6. But you're there for that time period with all kinds of people, with everyone that's your age. It's kind of like training camp for young adults, and you're there. And then when you get towards the end of your last year, your last 6 months towards your last semester, it's like graduation. You want to get to the graduation day. And then you get to graduation day and you're like, this is great. This is exciting. I finished. And you hit an apex and you're excited. And then it's like, what do I do now? Because you lost that pursuit. The joy was in the pursuit. And so being in pursuit of good things, or the things that you desire, or what are going to keep you in a good place and happy. So think about what's your why, right? Because once you have a solid why, that's going to help you move forward. I know for a while, for me personally, I had to redefine my why, because for a long time, my why was family and taking care of family members and doing different things to make sure that they were stable in different places. And then all that came together, and it's like, okay, now what do I do? And I had to go and spend some time with me and go on a little journey to explore what my why was going to be. So here's some areas to think about on what your whys are. If you're not sure, It could be family. It could be family in the areas of family. Maybe you have kids or don't have kids and you want to have kids. Maybe you're married and you want to work on your relationship, or you're single and you want to work on getting a relationship, which really means you need to just work on yourself. Hey, Karen, that's correct. The joy is in the journey. And then some it's health and fitness. Some want to get stronger. I have some friends that I met who I was working out with, and they did bodybuilding contests. I went to my first bodybuilding contest, and it was amazing. I don't know that I foresee myself doing one, but it was amazing to see the transformation of someone you worked out in the gym with on a regular basis to now being able to display this level of physical excellence. And your physical fitness may not be that extreme. It may be just to lose 20 pounds, or maybe I want to walk 2 flights of steps without getting winded. But what is your why for going to the gym? For a long time, I would tell my trainer, she'd be like, what's your goal? I'm like, yeah, I want to lose weight. I said, but my goal was to show up for myself every day. And so as long as that was my goal, I was always meeting it, because as long as I showed up and worked out, my goal was met, right? And so then I was able to layer in the extra things I wanted to add. Now, it's going to be different now, because I told you about my goal to climb the pyramids in different countries. So now I got to be able to climb lots of steps. And steps are my arch nemesis, for the record, for those who don't know. So just, send your girl some good energy. Or maybe you're in your business area or career and you're focused on that, and you're focused on maybe you've reached management and now you want to go to executive management. Or maybe you're staff and you want to go from staff to management. If that's your goal, then what you'll do is start doing things that line up with where you want to go. Right? Or finance. Some people have financial goals. I know for me, I made a different financial goal for myself, because I actually started about a week ago a financial fast. And if you've never done one, I don't have a book about that. I do have a book coming out, but I probably will talk about this a little bit in there. Is Michelle Singletary. She's a local columnist here in the Washington, D.C. area. And she has a book called The 21-Day Financial Fast. And in this book, she takes you through this area, and it doesn't matter what your Christian, what your beliefs are. If you're Christian, non-Christian, or whatever, you'll find a lot of value in this book. And so what she does is she takes you through the process of recreating your relationship with money from the perspective of cleansing some of the bad habits that we all accumulate through time, and just kind of resetting, right? Cutting back on using not using your credit cards for 21 days, not using your debit card for 21 days. And that's a hard one for many of us, because we use our debit cards all the time. So if I don't have cash, I can't have it unless it's an emergency, right? Taking a look at what you're doing, revising your budget, putting your budget together, making sure you have the right protections in place, life insurance, health insurance, all those things that are going to protect you, your home, all those foundational things. And then taking the time to really work with a financial professional, if you can, to put together some other strategic areas for yourself. And so for me, I am only doing it because I want to redirect all my funds into some different types of investing and some different types of financial vehicles that I'm really seriously interested in. And so I said, I don't need to make more money. I need to stop spending some money. And so everyone's why is different. So think about those different things. And then when you start thinking about your why, I know a lot of times it's easy to get into, a place of, but it's not okay because this isn't happening, that isn't happening, or whatever the case is. We sometimes want to be negative Nellies. But the thing is, I want you to go through also the process of being grateful for where you are. It doesn't matter how you got where you are, if you made a lot of good decisions, bad decisions, or whatever, but get grateful. And again, go to the comments, download the guide. It's going to have space in here for you to do all types of things around gratitude and different things like that. And then just get real specific as you can. And if you can't think of something, guess what? You have the internet. I know you're like, what? You have the internet. 20 years ago, we didn't have access to go type in, what should I put on my vision board? We didn't have the access to go type that into somewhere to give us some inspiration, right? It may not give you the exact answer, but it'll give you some inspiration if you're not sure, right? And then you also want to start thinking about, how do you connect with your higher power, whatever your spiritual or religious beliefs are. How does that tie into everything that you do? And so making sure you have a little something on there. And excuse me, for simplicity's sake, don't overwhelm yourself. Make three goals, for the first couple of weeks, and then start mixing in the rest and make sure that you're getting what you want to do done. Again, that really is the basics of it. But again, in the beginning, I said, what did I say? What do you need to do to manifest your dreams? This is 101. This isn't, 400 class, but this is class 101. You need to plan, you need to act, and you need to go back and check. Did you get where you wanted to go? And so I'm here to help. You want to book an appointment with me? Download the guide. I promise you, download the guide from the link, The Ultimate Guide to Creating a Vision and Manifesting Your Dreams. You will get whatever it is you think you don't have. And it's free. I'm not charging you for it. Just go and type your name and email and you'll get it. And you can always email me and ask me questions if you like. But that is what we need to be doing to manifest our dreams. I know we're right here. It's Christmas week for a lot of folks who celebrate. You're still maybe shopping or not shopping or whatever it is you're doing, but enjoy the process of being in this season. Take some time to enjoy the lights, the decoration, exchange, the positive exchange of energy with folks. For many of us around the world, this is the first Christmas will be as free as we've been in 2.5 to 3 years, right? And so just don't forget to enjoy the process, because the process is where all the joy is, where all the learning is. It's where all the juicy stuff is. Because once you get to the completion of that goal, you're going to hit that apex and you're going to be like, I'm done. And then it's what's next? Because it's always being in pursuit of something that's going to bring us the most joy in our lives. And so with that, that's all I have tonight. I don't know if there are a couple people watching live, you want to leave something in the comments, or if you're watching replay, tell me what you think in the chat, because it's so simple, yet it's so complicated, right? Because if we don't plan it, we don't do it. If we do it and we don't check it and go back and rethink or redo, because sometimes we make mistakes and we think, oh, we made a mistake, we did that wrong. I won't do that again. But really, you did it wrong that first time. You probably can go back and redo it a little bit differently and get it the right way. Just think about when they were creating it, when was Edison who created the light bulb? How many times he failed before he created actual electricity in the light bulb? He failed thousands of times. So you're going to give up after 2 times? You're going to give up after 3 times? Just maybe tweak the way we're doing it, and then we can get to a different place. But I did forget to tell you your money affirmation for the week in the beginning, because I was so excited to talk about this. But your money affirmation for this week is, I attract financial success in my life. I attract financial success in my life. And don't worry, I won't miss next Monday either. Just because it's the day after Christmas, we'll still be here, because we still have to get ourselves together financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, so that we can be our best selves everywhere and every day in every way. Bye.